So one of my great beliefs that I want to put into the world is an evolutionary model of teacher and student, which defies all the psychological literature, which is built on dual relationships. And all of psychological literature is against dual relationships. And in a psychiatric context, probably it's inappropriate, because the psychiatric context is very specific. You're bringing your transference in a particular way, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But actually, right, in an evolutionary model, right, of teacher-student, and I asked one of my friends and students, Zach Stein, to actually write this up as an article, right, this kind of, and I've worked with Zach on this all through the year, right, in this evolutionary model, we actually have a dual relationship which defies the old structures of Sangha and the old structures of teacher-student. And the old structure, you had an absolute hierarchy. The teacher knows everything, right, makes wild claims of authority, right, way beyond what their first-person experience is, and may have actually a genuine transmission. Model one. Right? We don't like that model for a lot of reasons. We'll call that the guru model. And so we destroy the teacher in 1,000 different ways. And there's this huge attack on the teacher, and there's a huge projection on the teacher. And there's a huge destruction of the teacher, and we get to kind of the Marin model. No one actually really has a teacher. Right? There's a complete leveling of differences. There's an incredible hubris and arrogance. Right? There's actually an inability to actually receive a transmission. So the teacher's just my buddy. Okay? And we're just hanging out and chatting together. Well, who needs that? Right? And the teacher doesn't have any level of attainment. But there's actually a third model. The third model is actually dual relationship in the best sense. We're actually friends. We're genuinely friends. Right? There's a genuine Sangha. Right? And authority can actually shift at different moments. Right? And there's genuine friendship, right, on all the different levels that friendship may or may not play. Okay? Right? So there's friendship. And there's also transmission. And they're both true. Right? And I can actually receive a transmission, and then I can get out of the seat, right? I can give the transmission, get out of the seat, and be a friend. I can get back into the seat and give the transmission. Now, you actually require very evolved students to do that, right? You require actually an evolved community to do that, right? Because if you don't, it'll explode in your face. I happen to be aware of that, okay? Right? It's a big deal. But if you actually can do that, you can actually create a completely new model, a genuine evolutionary model, right, of what a Sangha can be. That's actually unbelievably exciting. And it requires work. It's post-conventional. The post-conventional always requires work. In the conventional, whether it's the leveling of differences Marin model, right, or whether it's, and you can live in Marin, you're seduced by the model, right, as we know, right, or it's the guru model, both of those are conventional. They're easy, right, but they're just not true. The only problem is they're not true. Just not true. And so what Diane and I together have tried to do, right, is actually in the iEvolve, Boulder Mountain Zendo, Center for World Spirituality space, we've actually tried intentionally to create a new model, which has genuine transmission, right, and we're hanging out. We actually have a genuine Sangha. It's actually real, right? And so we can be genuinely friends and have a genuine dual relationship and, right, be able to shift also, right, into that place of authority, right, and transmission. That's an evolutionary model. That's actually at play. It's based on unique self. It's based on unique self. Unique self is the core of it.